King's Speech. The King's Speech was a great movie. Okay, so there was this king of England, and he couldn't talk for shit. He'd be like trying to say like pass the potatoes, and he'd be like, well, it just wouldn't come out right. And there's so many lights behind me. So this dude couldn't talk for shit. All right, I mean, it was embarrassing. And everyone's like, hey, you should learn how to speak English. You're the king of England. And he kept trying, but he didn't know how to do it. But then there's probably a montage for this part. I don't know what kind of music they played. I never saw the movie. But then it's like him like talking and trying to talk. Anyways, the dude couldn't talk for shit, and he kept talking until he could give a speech. And then he gave a speech, and it probably wasn't completely necessary, but people liked it. And that's the King's Speech. Communication skills, language skills, your brain's ability to process language, your brain's ability to use words and communicate them to other people verbally or by type. So, how do you get better at communicating with people? Can you guess? Relentless practice. Relentless practice. Just keep doing it over and over again. Type a bunch of stuff. Type stuff to people. Type endless stuff on some sort of notepad app or something on the computer. Microsoft Word. And then to speak, you talk to people. You can make videos of you just talking to the camera to improve your speaking ability, which is desperately needed to deal with serious problems that we face, emergencies in the world, or just to get anything done. Okay, it's in here. Okay, so I was scribbling on a notepad. I don't just say to do this, and then, did I ever say this to you? Who are you? Okay, so, but really, I do scribble, and maybe my scribblings are foul, but I'm practicing scribbling English words to improve my ability to write things and use brain to communicate language thoughts. That requires a lot of practice because you have like a lot of brain matter that could be rewired or semi-rewired and working more effectively. So you have like this vast capacity to improve your language and communication skills. And the way to improve your language and communication skills, relentless practice. Okay. So you get a note, wherever you are, you get some sort of thing to write on. Because you can't always type. You can't always type to be like, put away your device. Okay, well, then guess what? You scribble on a piece of paper. I'm writing things. I just keep writing things. Okay, so you type a lot. You write a lot with a pen or pencil or whatever stick of leaving a mark you're using. I don't want to say feces, but you could write in feces. I messed it up. I'm not capable of editing a video, though. So, maybe I would be. It's in here. Just really straightforward stuff. Okay, so first sentence is me talking to myself. Write something, you silly bastard. How else will you survive? Use your this is very important. Use your literacy skills to respond to danger in the world. Literacy skills means reading and writing. Your literacy skills are not fully developed. Why? Because you could work on developing them further by reading and writing more. Okay? Develop your literacy skills further because they're an important tool for gaining information about the world and communicating that to other people and understanding and reacting to reality. You need your literacy skills to understand and react to reality in order to prevent disaster. Okay, so Use your literacy skills to respond to danger in the world. Reading and writing are critical to understanding the world we live in, and they're crucial to helping shape rational response to real-world conditions. We need reading to gather more information about the facts of our world. A lot of crucially, we need reading. Spend more time reading every day. Spend more time reading every day. When was the last time you read a whole book? When was the last time you read a whole book? And there's lots of good nonfiction ones on serious problems in the world that we should be paying more attention to and communicating our knowledge with each other about. What is it? We need reading to gather more information about the facts of our world. A lot of crucially important facts need to be reviewed and then regularly communicated about. A more energetic and more consistent reading habit is appropriate to our very dangerous world full of emergencies. Now, I didn't mention that at all earlier. It's probably just some sort of errant aberration mistake to say that this is a dangerous world full of emergencies. But we'll just go on. People write things incorrectly at times. A more energetic reading habit is appropriate to whatever your circumstances may be. So is a more productive writing habit. Read and write more. The world is very dangerous and it's getting worse. Okay. Read and write more. The world is very dangerous and it's getting worse. Or just read and write more. There's a lot of important things you could do by gaining more knowledge through reading and writing to communicate that information to other people. Also talk a lot. Speak a lot. Learn about things and share your knowledge with people. Learn about things and share your knowledge with people. Okay? It's like, what do people talk about? What are the discussions of what are the subjects of conversation? And it's just like, it could be a lot of useful information instead of small talk. Okay? Communication is a very potent tool that can be used to accomplish it a lot. Carefully choose how you communicate and try to use its full potential. Okay? Try to use the full potential of your ability to communicate. So, how would you do that? Make it informational. Also, do it more often. Communicate more often with more people about more stuff. Okay. They're giving people diabetes, heart problems, sugar crashes. And so okay, like what's a problem? What's a problem in the world that we could learn more about? So wildlife animal populations are rapidly dropping, and you could use the internet to find out more about why that is. How much have wildlife animal populations decreased? Why are they decreasing? What are responses being done to help deal with that, if any? There are some, but it's not enough. So, oh crap. All right, so we're about to shift a little bit. Okay, so this was a fun talk about the importance of communicating and sharing information with people. But whatever. This is just a list of obnoxious things that only a douchebag would bring up. Okay, so be that douchebag. Okay, so our choices determine the future for ourselves and many other people. Pretty straightforward. Maybe we should talk about that specific fact more because it's very relevant to what will be happening to us. Anyways, it might seem sort of obvious, and yet it's very important to repetitively say. Our choices determine the future for ourselves and many other people. Okay. The choices we make now are shaping the world people will live in years and decades from now. The choices we make now are shaping the world people will live in years and decades from now. Important question. Now, Where's the question mark in this? I didn't actually get to it because it's a run-on sentence. This is a long run-on sentence, and but remember that it all relates to the first part of the sentence, which is important question: how will people be doing decades from now, given many current alarming trends in our world? How will people be doing decades from now, given many current alarming trends in our world? Like rapid dropping of insect, fish, and vertebrate animal populations, quickly melting ice caps, rapidly rising greenhouse gas levels, rapid deforestation and tree loss, rapid rainforest destruction, increasing pollution, worsening freshwater shortages, worsening droughts, heat waves, storms, topsoil depletion, more cars on the road, more electricity use, more animal agriculture, which all pollute and produce greenhouse gases, higher global population, more migration due to global warming problems, um, sea level rise, ocean acidification, greatly increased ocean and land temperatures, increasing greenhouse gas emissions from permafrost melt. Um, they're building new military technologies that are scary, like drones and faster missiles. Um, Decreasing supply of oil and increasing demand. So as time goes on, there's going to be more global demand for oil, and there's a limited supply, which it's just not there's going to be more and more demand on the supply of. There's only so much oil, and I'm not just talking about overall in terms of the reserves in the world. I'm like at any particular time, the demand on the oil that's available at any particular time will be increasing, which can lead to more conflict over sources of oil. And there's a serious risk of more wars over oil in coming decades. And but okay, I'm gonna go back through this because it's like, how will people be doing decades from now, given many current alarming trends in our world? So, for example, rapid dropping of insect, fish, and vertebrate animal populations. Well, people will be dealing with a world in which insect, fish, and vertebrate animal populations have decreased very, very significantly. The die-off is quick. And then, how will people be doing decades from now, given quickly melting ice caps? So, the Arctic ice cap at summer sea ice extent is decreasing about 13% per decade, and that's a lot. And there's Antarctica's melting a lot, and that's raising global sea levels. The Greenland ice sheet is melting a lot, that's raising global sea levels. Mountain glaciers are melting a lot, which disrupts consistent water availabilities for ecosystems and human communities, because they were counting on reliable melt off from the mountain glaciers. So if the mountain glacier melts and isn't consistently supplying meltwater, fresh water, people are not getting the water they need. Ecosystems are not getting the water they need in the regular way that they had become dependent on. How will people be doing decades from now, given rapidly rising greenhouse gas levels? So by the 2050s, the carbon dioxide parts per million should be, based on the very steady rates increasing, it will be above 500 parts per million by the 2050s. So it'll hit 500 parts per million by the 2050s. And we're dealing with like 420 parts per million, and that has all sorts of various negative outcomes from it. And it was recently this hurricane that they said it was rapidly strengthened to Category 5, and it hit like, am I doing this right in my hand? Acapulco, Mexico. And they're another giant scary hurricane. Anyways, what was it? So rapidly rising greenhouse gas levels. Rapidly rising greenhouse gas levels means that in the future, all the problems we're dealing with, droughts, heat waves, worst storms, worst forest fires, other disruptive themes, sea level rise, all that will be much more severe of a problem in future decades. Um, And then what? Okay, so communication, language. How you can't like look around you and see, oh man, people are gonna have higher sea levels decades from now. And maybe you live near. Most people don't live somewhere where they observe the sea level rise. I guess those would be the people that would know about it. But you know, a lot of these things involve things that we don't directly see. We need language to help us gain understanding about these events, which can involve things distant from us and yet are still relevant to our future welfare and our safety and security. So it's very important to learn a lot about these problems that are distant from you, may involve things that are distant from you, um, and then communicate that information with other people because the tool of language and communication is needed to maintain our awareness of these facts about our world that are relevant to our future safety. Um, so it's like I got this long list, and it's like this is not shit people actually usually talk about in conversation. This isn't even something people spend time learning about independently, or I don't know. They get classes on it sometimes, rarely. Uh, like the melting ice caps, the rapidly dropping insect populations, rapidly dropping vertebrate animal populations, the rapid deforestation and tree loss, the rapid rainforest destruction, worsening freshwater shortages, worsening droughts and heat waves. So, like, there were some very bad droughts and heat waves in the last 2 years. Uh, how often are these things like brought up or further looked into? And especially, like people are not actually often using the tools of language and communication to remain aware of these serious problems in the world so that we can communicate about them and respond to them in a way which will promote our safety. So, sorry if the list was boring. There aren't boring themes. I think are interesting. Oh yeah, entertainment and distractions. Okay, so entertainment and distractions. Chucking time in the garbage, flushing time down the fucking toilet. So you're watching the hit new TV show. It's called Italian Mob Drama Show. And you stare at the screen for a while, and then the time has passed. And you could have used that time instead to learn more about serious problems in the world and communicate about them and respond to them. So, promoting your future safety requires using your time effectively when you have available time, not engaging in entertainment and distractions. So, wasting time on entertainment and distractions is losing opportunities to promote your future security and the future safety of other people. We need to be using our time to pay attention to serious problems and emergencies in the world so that we can promote our future safety. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to waste time. Ways you may have come to view as very, very normal. Okay, but it's not normal. Nothing about our society is normal. It's a mess. It's a terrible, worsening mess, actually. But, anyways, so it takes time to like. I know about this list, but like I haven't learned all the details of all this stuff. Hell no. So it takes a while, like putting time into learning more about serious problems in the world that will affect how people are doing in the future. So, like dropping insect, fish, and vertebrate animal populations, and quickly melting ice caps and rainforest destruction. These are issues which bear upon how well and people will be doing in the future and how secure they'll be. So, like it will relate to what their life is like, issues like this. And then So it's important to pay attention to these problems in the world and spend more time learning about them, and then communicate that knowledge with other people so that we can use the tools of language and communication to promote our future safety. Um, Anyways, your language and communication skills. How do you improve them? Relentless practice. Relentless practice. Okay, so scribble on something. There's a bunch of fucking emergencies in the world. Come on. Be on edge or something. Twitchy and on edge. That's a smart way to be when everything's fucked up. So, scribble on a piece of paper. Just keep scribbling. You're scribbling maybe garbage. Keep writing anyways. Okay? Because I've scribbled a lot of garbage and I kept scribbling more shit. Alright, so I know it's very possible. Even when your writing is bad, that means just write more, 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 just write more writing. And then, will your writing be bad? I'm sure your writing will be wonderful. I'm sorry. Okay, so keep writing a lot by hand. You're going to need to do it by hand because there's places where they won't want you having a phone or a computer around. You can pretend you're taking notes or something. I've done it before. Okay, and then you can write a lot, type a lot on the computer, type to other people, or just type, thoughts. You can organize into paragraphs with information in it, or you can just write whatever. I would suggest practicing writing relentlessly, and then practice your communication skills. Work on communicating information to other people. Try talking at a camera for a while to practice your speaking skills. I would recommend that. Most people don't like babbling relentlessly at the walls. They'll feel weird or something. So if you talk to a camera, it's like you're making a video, and then you'll feel normal and you can practice speaking. Okay, so what else is it? We need our language and communication skills to promote our future safety. Another way to improve your language and communication skills, read a lot. Read a lot of articles on the internet. Read books. Read. Gather information. Woo. Can read fictiony stuff, but mostly the point is gather information so you know more about this dangerous world we live in. Okay? So much fun to learn about danger. It's so much fun to learn about danger. That's where the real party is. Okay? You know what the real fun and the real party is? Struggling to survive. Promoting your future safety. That's what's fun. That's party time. Okay. So you're real stoked on reading more and writing more and speaking more, and also you should listen to other people speak and give information. There's tons of videos and stuff on YouTube where you can talk to people. Improve your listening skills by hearing people speak more words per day. So speaking, reading, writing, and hearing more words per day can help you respond to real-world conditions and promote future safety for yourself and other people. You need your language and communication skills to deal with problems and stuff. So get to it. Oh, you're going to start reading, hearing, writing, and speaking more words per day. You're going to do it. I really feel like... Oh, you're nodding. Okay, you're in agreement. Speak, hear, read, and write more words per day to improve language and communication skills so that you can promote people's future safety. Okay, good job.